एक लाइक तो बनता है बॉस.
Sound effects and also particle are in the description down below. So let's start without any delay. Open your alight motion and set your project thing like this 16:9 or 1:1, your wish, and let's open it. Let's add a image of your logo. And let us extend this timeline to 6 seconds to effects and add an effect called as solid layer. You can choose your own favorite color. I have chosen yellow here. Your wish, you can choose anything. Now let's go to effects and add another effect called as wipe. So yeah, in wipe, set the angle to around 250 degrees. Your wish, according to your favorite thing, you can set your wipe angle value. And go to feather and set the feather value to 45 degrees, and go to start, add a keyframe at the beginning and also at the end at 4 seconds, and come to first keyframe and make the value up to, you can see your whole logo get erased off. Yeah, if you want to change your angle, you can change it here after increasing the start value. And yes, just let me just close off the whole logo, and that's it. You have completed the wipe effect, and it will almost look like a cool animation right now. Now let's just change this name to as main logo, and now let's just duplicate this layer. Now select the bottom layer by hiding the first layer and go to effects and change the solid color to black, and go to wipe, go to add an effect and add another effect called as smooth bevel. Now select it, go to standard settings, open it up and change the radius value to 12 degrees. 12. And now come to diffuse angle, make it 0. Add a keyframe at the beginning and the end. At first keyframe the diffuse angle should be 0, and at the last keyframe the diffuse angle should be 360 degrees. And do the same thing with spectacular angle. Add 2 keyframes at the beginning and end. At beginning make it 0, and at the end make it 360. Now let's rename this layer to animation layer. Now let's duplicate this animation layer. After duplicating it, let's go to the bottom layer and add another effect called as directional blur. Add it as standard settings. Change the strength value to 0.41 or 40 around it. And set the angle values as keyframes at beginning and end. At the end, make the angle value around 360 degrees. Now just let's add another effect called as Gaussian blur. And change the strength value to around 0.10. Clip and change the blending value to screen. And then group the two animation layers. Yeah, for the next step, let's just select the group 1 layer and go to blending and opacity and select add a keyframe at the beginning of the group layer and at the ending of the group layer. Make sure the opacity at the ending keyframe should be 0. Now let us just merge all the layers and go to effects and add an effect called as color tune. Now move and transform, add a keyframe at 2 seconds and at the starting and also and at the beginning of the keyframe make the value make the size as big as possible. And at the second keyframe make sure it's normal sized. And just duplicate this layer, select the below layer and go to edit group. Again select edit group and select the below animation layer and go to effects and set the directional blur value to 1 and the Gaussian blur value 0.80. And just switch the layers. Now let's select the below layer, go to effects and add an effect called as color tune. And just switch the middle bar to the color you want. I choose red here and make sure other colors are also dragged into the same way. Go to left, add a keyframe at 4 seconds and also at the ending of the video and also at the ending of the layer. And go to gamma and do the same with this thing also. Add a keyframe at 4 seconds and also at the ending and make sure it just pulls into nil. Now select the bottom layer, go to color tune and do the same thing with even the offset. Just leave the gain alone like that Don't mess that thing up. And go to effects, add another effect called as saturation and vibration, and change the saturation value to 100. And change the 1.22. Just copy these effects down in the next layer. Change the opacity to 45% and select the screen. And you're almost done. The final part is to add the particle video to your animation. So just go to images and video and add the particle video. The link will be in the description down below. And make the particle video to full screen so that the whole image will be in that particle video. And go to blending and opacity and change it to screen, and change it to color dots, and it will be nice. And just and that's it for the video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe before going, and share this to others who are